The opening episodes of Monarch: Legacy of Monsters Season 2 deliver massive surprises for the MonsterVerse, from the terrifying arrival of Titan X to the growing mystery surrounding the scarabs. But one of the most important developments in the story has nothing to do with giant monsters at all. Instead, it's about leadership. After the shocking death of Deputy Director Verdugo in Episode 1, Monarch suddenly finds itself without a clear leader at the exact moment the organization needs strong direction the most. Titans are emerging again, secrets are unraveling, and the fragile balance between humanity and these ancient creatures is becoming more dangerous than ever. That raises the question, who should lead Monarch now? Out of all the possible choices the show could have made, the decision to elevate Tim into a leadership role might actually be the best path forward for the organization and for the story itself. Verdugo's death leaves a power vacuum. At the end of the season premiere of Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, Titan X makes its devastating arrival on Earth. The creature wastes no time establishing itself as a terrifying new threat. In one sudden and brutal moment, Verdugo is struck and killed by the Titan. Her death is more than just a shocking scene. It immediately destabilizes Monarch's command structure. Verdugo had been one of the organization's most authoritative figures. She represented the modern version of Monarch, a government-backed operation focused on containment, control, and strategic responses to Titan activity. While she wasn't always portrayed as sympathetic, she was undeniably effective at maintaining order within the organization. With her gone, Monarch suddenly faces a leadership crisis, and that moment of uncertainty creates an opportunity for someone unexpected to step forward. Among the surviving members of Monarch's leadership team, Tim stands out as the most logical successor. At first glance, that might seem surprising. When Tim was introduced earlier in the series, he wasn't exactly portrayed as a commanding figure. In fact, he often appeared somewhat overwhelmed by the scale of Monarch's responsibilities. But that's exactly why his promotion works so well from a storytelling perspective. Over the course of the series, Tim has undergone significant development. He has learned from his mistakes, adapted to the unpredictable world of Titans, and grown into someone capable of making difficult decisions. Now, with Verdugo gone, the organization needs someone who understands both the modern structure of Monarch and the original vision behind its creation. Tim happens to embody both of those qualities. A bridge between two generations of Monarch. One of the most fascinating aspects of Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, is the way it explores two different eras of Monarch. On one side, there is the original vision created by pioneers like Keiko Miura, Bill Randa, and Lee Shaw. Their version of Monarch was driven by curiosity and scientific discovery. They wanted to understand Titans. They believed that studying these creatures could reveal secrets about Earth's ancient past and possibly humanity's future. On the other side, there is the modern version of Monarch. This version is far more militarized and cautious. Instead of focusing purely on research, it prioritizes defense, containment, and global security. Tim sits directly between these two philosophies. He respects the original mission of Monarch while also understanding the realities of the modern world. That unique perspective makes him the ideal leader for the organization moving forward. Technology meets discovery. Another reason Tim works so well as Monarch's new leader is his relationship with technology. Modern Monarch relies heavily on advanced systems for tracking Titans, analyzing biological data, and predicting potential threats. Tim has extensive experience working with those systems. At the same time, he has developed a deeper appreciation for the scientific curiosity that originally defined Monarch. That balance is critical. If Monarch focuses only on military responses, it risks escalating conflicts with Titans unnecessarily. But if the organization focuses only on research, it could leave humanity vulnerable to catastrophic attacks. Tim's leadership could allow Monarch to maintain both priorities, protecting the world while continuing to learn about the Titans themselves. Keiko's possible leadership role. Of course, Tim isn't the only character who could potentially lead Monarch. Keiko Miura is another obvious candidate. As one of the original founders of Monarch, Keiko possesses unmatched knowledge about the early days of Titan research. Her experience and intelligence make her an invaluable resource to the organization. However, placing Keiko in a leadership position might not actually be the best move. For one thing, she has spent decades disconnected from the modern world. The political and technological landscape has changed dramatically since her original work with Monarch. More importantly, Keiko's story seems to be focused on something else entirely. Her role in Season 2 appears to revolve around uncovering deeper truths about Titan ecosystems, Axis Mundi, and the mysterious connections between Titans and humanity. That investigative role suits her character far better than administrative leadership. The emotional complication between Keiko and Lee. While the present-day storyline deals with Monarch's leadership crisis, the past timeline explores something much more personal: the relationship between Keiko Miura and Lee Shaw. Despite being married to Bill Randa, Keiko has always shared a complicated, emotional connection with Lee. This tension has existed since the early days of Monarch's formation. Season 1 hinted at these feelings when the two characters shared a kiss, a moment that suggested their bond had always been deeper than simple friendship. Season 2 continues to explore that unresolved relationship. The festival scene reveals their true feelings. Episode 2 features a festival scene in the mysterious coastal village where Lee and Keiko are investigating strange Titan-related activity. The celebration includes music, dancing, and drinking, an atmosphere that encourages people to lower their emotional defenses. During the festivities, Lee and Keiko share a flashback moment that reveals how their feelings for each other originally developed. They don't kiss again in this episode, but the tension between them is undeniable. Their conversation becomes more intimate, more personal, and more emotionally revealing. It's clear that neither of them has truly moved past what happened between them, a relationship that still matters. The reason this storyline matters goes beyond simple romance. Keiko and Lee's unresolved feelings could have major implications for the broader story. Both characters played crucial roles in the early days of Monarch. Their partnership helped shape the organization's original mission and its approach to studying Titans. But their personal relationship also created emotional complications that may have influenced the decisions they made. By revisiting that history, Monarch Legacy of Monsters is showing how personal relationships can shape the fate of entire organizations. Parallels between past and present. Interestingly, the show also draws parallels between Keiko's situation and the struggles faced by her son, Hiroshi. Both characters are caught between conflicting loyalties. Both are trying to navigate complicated relationships while dealing with the enormous responsibility of Titan research. This generational parallel suggests that the emotional choices made by Keiko and Lee in the past may still be influencing the present-day storyline. Their decisions could have ripple effects that extend far beyond their own lives. How Tim's leadership changes Monarch. Returning to the present timeline, Tim's rise within Monarch could signal a major shift in how the organization operates. Instead of continuing Verdugo's strict, top-down leadership style, Tim may adopt a more collaborative approach. He understands the importance of listening to scientists, field operatives, and researchers who are directly studying Titans. That openness could allow Monarch to adapt more quickly to new threats, especially with the arrival of powerful creatures like Titan X. The organization is entering a new era. The MonsterVerse has always explored the tension between humanity and Titans. But as the story evolves, it's becoming clear that Titans are not simply enemies. They are part of Earth's natural balance. Understanding that balance requires leadership that values both caution and curiosity. Tim represents that balance perfectly. He has seen the dangers of Titans firsthand, but he also recognizes that humanity cannot simply destroy or control these creatures without consequences. That perspective could guide Monarch into a new era of cooperation and coexistence. What this means for the future of the MonsterVerse. As Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 continues, the combination of Tim's leadership and Keiko's discoveries could dramatically reshape the organization. Tim provides stability and strategic direction. Keiko provides scientific insight and historical knowledge. Together, they could help Monarch uncover deeper truths about Titans, including how creatures like Titan X fit into the larger ecosystem of the MonsterVerse. And if those discoveries lead to new ways of interacting with Titans, the future of the world could change completely. Final thoughts. The decision to elevate Tim within Monarch may seem like a small narrative shift compared to the arrival of massive Titans and epic monster battles. But in reality, it could be one of the most important developments of the entire season. Strong leadership will determine how humanity responds to the growing Titan threat. And in a world where ancient creatures are awakening once again, Monarch needs someone who understands both the past and the future. Tim might be exactly the leader the organization needs. Meanwhile, the emotional story unfolding between Keiko and Lee reminds us that behind every scientific discovery and strategic decision, there are human relationships shaping the outcome. Those relationships helped create Monarch, and they may ultimately decide its future.